My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Oh my gosh, hump day. Another amazing, brisk South Lake morning. But I don't know about you guys. I went out and I had to run back in the house, grab the hat and the scarf, maybe a little bit of sweater action. Actually, I'd started the car early enough this time to keep things rolling. So I was really excited about that because I got into a car that was nice and toasty. Having a good day today. I don't know why. I just feel kind of on top of things. Got some really cool stuff happening this afternoon with the show and with some recording people. People I'd wanted to get out to. So I'm really excited about that. Won't tell you about it because it's future shows we're talking about. Managed to schedule some things. So I'm hoping you're having a good day. Had a new listing. I got a coming soon sign up. Great lakefront listing is going to go live soon. I'm really excited about. So having a good day. I hope you're having a good day. And is there some cool stuff going on in your life? Look, take a second right now. I'm going to take you 10 seconds. Close your eyes, and I want you to think, what cool thing is going on in your life? Just imagine the one cool thing. Focus on that today. You'll have a better day. All right. What are we going to talk about today? Today is Cookie Day, National Cookie Day. We're going to talk about cookies. We're going to have Christmas community calendar. I'm going to tell you about a couple of things going on here in the Claremont area. Cup of Joe, we're going to continue with Holiday Hectic, so stay tuned for that. And finally, my friend Denise Calderon, she's a CPA, and she's going to come and do tax talk for us today because January is right around the corner. So don't wait till the very last minute to start prepping and thinking about your taxes due next year. Think about it now. She's going to give us some advice to prep and to be on it. We are going to be on top of things. So we'll talk to her later in the show. She's our interview. So we are going to hear from our family of sponsors. And as soon as we get back, we're going to get started. I'll see you in a minute.
Hello, I'm Mary Rhodes with the Mortgage Firm, your local mortgage lender. I've helped thousands of families achieve the dream of homeownership in Lake County, and I would love to help you. Our team has over 30 years of experience helping first-time homebuyers, veterans, move-up buyers, seasoned investors, and more. Please read our reviews and visit us at mortgagefirmpros.com.
"50 West, pre-leasing now in Claremont. A first-of-its-kind commercial development in the Southeast. Contact us today to reserve your spot in this historic development. 50 West, unique, quality, Class A. For more information on leasing, contact Ashley Punn at 407-403-4165. Karen Arlano at 407-948-0767. Or visit lease@50west.com.
Burgerum, located in the Epic Theater Shopping Plaza on Highway 27, is the premier destination for gourmet burgers. Using only the freshest ingredients, Burgerum offers a variety of burgers, salads, wings, and a whole lot more. Beef, chicken, lamb, fish, and even veggie. Burgerum has something for everyone, no matter your dietary preference. Burgerum, millions of possibilities, endless combinations.
Hello, my name is Michael Singh with Singh Insurance and Financial Services. Our goal is to build trust based on a clear understanding of how your insurance policy protects you, your family, and even your business. When was the last time you took a good hard look at your insurance coverage? Would you be open to the possibility of reviewing your policy with me? One review of your policy can save you valuable time and money. Call me today to set up a review of what may be available to you.
Wow, what a great hot minute hearing from our sponsors. Once again, mean more to me than I have words to express. Okay, it is National Cookie Day. I think this day is actually uniquely and appropriately scheduled in December. Because when you think of Christmas, you think of getting ready, what do you think of? You think of cookies. Now, it isn't just Christmas Cookie Day, but I think that having cookies for Christmas is amazing. Some of my favorites are those sugar cookies with the little crystalline sugar on the top, and they call them the Linzer cookies. They have like that jam in the middle and usually a little show through. I'm sure you have a favorite. We all had grandmothers who made a certain kind of cookie or dessert. But it is Cookie Day, so the way you want to celebrate today, go out, indulge in your favorite cookies. Even a better idea, get some nice cookies. Go to a shop. Again, support a local business. Go to some small local shop where you are and get some cookies and give them to somebody else. Bring a box of cookies into your office and just open the top. Say, hey, everybody, here you go. You'll find by the end of the day, people will come by, pick one or two. And you spread some Christmas cheer. Can you tell I'm a Christmas puppy? I mean, is that easy to tell, Jay?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm here, Joe.
That's okay. It's okay.
No, what's your favorite Christmas cookie?
My favorite Christmas cookie is actually those shortbread cookies with that little crystalline sugar on the top.
Oh, yeah.
In all sorts of little designs or colors.
For some reason, those only show up around, like, the holidays.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an everyday kind of cookie.
No, it should be.
So, yeah, you're right.
Okay, if I were to be completely honest, I actually buy a couple extra boxes of those this time of year, and I put them up in the cupboard because they have a great shelf life, and I can actually pull those suckers out around Easter, in the middle of the summer. And actually, it usually happens, I put them like in a space in like my armoire in my bedroom, and then I'll be changing out clothes or putting away the sweaters, and I'll go, oh, Christmas cookies, here we go. I never remember them when I'm searching for something. Anyways, spread some Christmas cheer. Joe loves Christmas, and one of the things I really love about Christmas is all the cool stuff. Calendar. I love community calendar this time of year because everything is a Christmas event. And this, you have that flyer for no, we don't. Light Up Claremont is going on Friday night. I believe it starts at 5 p.m. That's not exactly when the switch gets thrown, but the event itself starts. And they're going to have food trucks and booths, and it's going to be a great time. They light up the tree. It's a good time. Bring your kids out. Again, an amazing event, not expensive. Oh, here we go. We got it up. This is perfect. What time does that say it starts?
So it's from 5:30 to 9 on Friday, and the tree lighting is actually at 6:30.
There you go. Perfect. Come on out. Enjoy some of the businesses and booths. Have dinner there. One of the beauties of this kind of event in Florida is the weather is always perfect. Even if it's a little chilly for us, it's not exactly like you see this stuff up north where it drops down to like 40 below. We're going to have, and actually it's supposed to be warm that weekend. So we're going to have some great weather for this event. I believe that Jay and I are going to be there doing some live streaming and some recording. So I might grab you for an interview. Come on down, meet Joe if you haven't met me. I'd love to see you and talk to you about your favorite Christmas traditions. Also, we have the Claremont Christmas Parade, and I believe that starts at 10 a.m. The Claremont Christmas Parade, downtown Claremont, all along the route. You can go to the city website, I'm pretty sure, and see the route of the parade. Come early, pick your spot, bring a chair. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I know that me and Stephanie Harris from Good Vibes is going to be... Good Vibes is a show...
Positive Vibes.
Positive Vibes. I'm sorry. Positive Vibes here on South Lake TV. We are going to be hosting the parade, and we're going to be live streaming that.
Yep.
We're going to be live streaming the parade. Jose, you're talking about the floats. We might even grab a few dignitaries for some interviews. I know we're hoping to catch people like Chief Broadway and Mayor Ash and a few others that are going to be here. So I'm really looking forward to that. And you know what? It's not too late. We have sponsorship spots for that. Very inexpensive. You can be featured to cover the Christmas parade and light up Claremont. Don't miss this. Give us a call today. Give me a call tomorrow. We can get you in and get you on the schedule for these parades. Also, Christmas community calendar. The following weekend on the 14th, I believe. The 14th? Jay, are we good for Groveland and Mineola? Groveland and Mineola, we're also hosting those parades. You can get a sponsorship to cover those parades. Just give us a call. Actually, if you give us a call this week, we can get you a package deal for all three of them. So, shameless plug, Christmas community calendar. Really exciting. We are down to the Christmas countdown. 20 days, 13 hours, 47 minutes, and 56 and counting seconds before Christmas. Look. Cup of Joe, holiday hectic. Don't let yourself be overwhelmed by the countdown. Couple of little tricks today. The first thing I want you to keep in mind, very important to avoid holiday hectic, overwhelm, self-care. You know, it's okay to and go grab yourself your favorite pumpkin spice latte or peppermint mocha at your favorite coffee store, okay? And look, I'm going to make a word. I don't usually weigh in on these cultural, political topics, but if you haven't heard by now about the Starbucks thing in the news where some barista put the title pig where the name goes for police officer somewhere out in the Midwest, I guess. I think you've been living in a cave. But here's what I want to say about that. I don't think that represents Starbucks. I don't think that represents the company culture. And I got to tell you, I know the folks here in the area are very appreciative of our law enforcement officers. So I'm going to say, go to your favorite place. Do not just ignore Starbucks. I'm a big fan of their products. And depending on the day, I like to get by there and just sit there and watch people and have a cup of coffee. Big fan of the Outpouring, which is a great coffee shop. They're actually a 503c. They support orphanages in Malawi, Africa. There's Panera Bread, which is another great place, great staff. All these people, I bring this stuff up because these people are all part of the community. Now, I tend to support more small businesses than big ones. So I'm getting off on a thing here. Self-care. It's okay to go have a cup of coffee by yourself and just take a minute. This is part of my comment yesterday. No is a complete sentence. You can say no to an event and go spend a half hour by yourself. Go get your nails done. Go get a massage if that's in your budget. Look, if it's not in your budget, this is a great time of year with great weather. Get out to a lake or a park and sit there. Take that coffee and go get a few minutes by yourself. Just 15 minutes of by yourself thinking time, not going crazy time, just clearing your mind has health and mental health and physical health benefits that are actually recorded scientific fact. That taking 15 minutes for yourself when everything is crazy and just quieting your mind will help you think more clearly. It will lower your blood pressure. It will help your health. And that is one of the best ways to avoid overwhelm. Okay, what should you be doing as far as planning? Don't wait for the decorating till the last minute. All right, if you have a fake tree, put it up now. Okay, put your tree up, plug that sucker in, have your box of ornaments there. You don't have to decorate your tree all in one 6-hour session. You can decorate your tree 15 minutes during commercials while you're watching something on TV or while you're binge watching. You can do a little bit of decorating. It doesn't all have to be done in the same night. You decorate a little bit. See, and that's part of the key to avoiding holiday hectic. Break up some of these chores that overwhelm you. 10, 15 minutes a day. It'll be done in 4 or 5 days, and then you don't have to worry about it. And you haven't waited till the last minute. All right. That all said, I want to say thank you. We are coming back from we're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to hear from our family of sponsors. When we come back, we're going to have my friend Denise Calderon, CPA, with us to talk tax. So I'll see you in a minute.
Hi, I'm Stephanie with your CBD store Claremont. We just wanted to get you excited for our Black Friday deals that are coming up. We're going to be giving away a free gift for every purchase made in the store on Black Friday. Tune into our Facebook page on Thursday for more exciting Black Friday deals.
Hello, I'm Mary Rhodes with the mortgage firm, your local mortgage lender. I've helped thousands of families achieve the dream of homeownership in Lake County, and I would love to help you. Please read our reviews and visit us at mortgagefirmpros.com.
Are you tired of having drugs or alcohol ruin your life? Do you need to get off pain pills but still maintain pain relief? My office in Tavares has programs to help you. While not covered by insurance, program fees are affordable. My name is Alan Zupkin. I'm board certified and have helped thousands of patients achieve these goals. Please call me for further information.
The best things in life aren't items we can grab and hold. They are the moments that grab and hold us. Moments that captivate us, inspire us, and enrich us. Moments that bring joy, strength, and peace. At Sing Insurance and Financial Services, we help you to treasure these times by being there when life's most difficult moments arise. Through our services, you will find independence, flexibility, health, and security that will prosper and protect your life. Whether you are driving that new car, buying that new home, opening that new business, or building a new family, we provide you the peace of mind and freedom to enjoy life's best things. Your next moment is waiting. Are you ready?
Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors. And welcome back. Look, always good to hear from the sponsors. My heart, like I said earlier. I am joined. Thank you, Denise, for joining us today. Look, I have something to admit with Denise. This is the second time I've scheduled her on. The first time she was so sweet. She came. We did the pre-interview and everything, and we ran into some technical difficulties with the internet here. We could not go live that day, unfortunately. And Denise was so sweet to have come out here and be ready to go on and then rescheduled with us. So I'm very happy to have her here with us.
Thank you, guys.
You are the bomb. And I will say that my 6-hour example for Christmas trees, that was her right there. She gets it's beautiful. But she didn't have to kill herself. So
Yes, I did.
all right, this is Denise Calderon. She is the founder and owner of Denise Calderon CPA, which is a certified public accountant. Yes. She was the director of finance for Temple Beth El of Boca Raton. She was the bookkeeper and finance director for several temples before that. She has a bachelor's degree in accounting from Florida Atlantic University, and she is currently chasing her master's degree.
Yes.
Almost there. Pretty close. From Florida Atlantic University as well. Denise, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate you.
I appreciate it being here. This is nice, and I enjoy it. I love talking about numbers and taxes. I know I'm insane because, yes, I went back to get my master's degree, but I have been doing this for so many years that it's what I love.
Now, Denise is one of those incredible people that she runs a business. She's at school getting a master's degree. She's highly, highly involved with the community, charitable organizations, as well as her church, and still has time for friends and things like this. And so she is one of those very accomplished, amazing people. I know people who are customers of hers, and they swear by her work. I want to ask, why do people need a CPA? Let's start there. Well, actually, let's talk about your background a little bit. Okay. Why would you chase it? You've been doing this for a little while, obviously, a hot minute. Why you have a good business, you know what you're doing. Why would you chase a master's degree at this point in time?
Well, yes, I've been doing this since I was 18. I've been doing accounting. I've been a CPA for over 10 years now. But as we know, the tax law always changes. And I've been always wanting to get my master's degree. It just, the opportunity arose, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And now is probably a better time, especially with the tax law, to having that major overhaul. It's December 21st, 2017. Trump signed that new tax law, and everything changed. So I thought, why not? And it happened, and it's like when they said I don't have to do the GMAT because my GPA was so good, and I didn't have anything during tax season. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Of course, I'm re-examining everything as I sit here studying for finals.
Do you know what's kind of cool when you meet a professor? I know I'm like that. I'm constantly reading in my industry. I'm taking continuing education.
Yes.
Every 2 years I have to come up with 14 hours. I always have 40 or 50 hours, of continuing education.
Yep.
So it's always good to hear a professor, especially somebody who does something as important as what you do. I have to ask, though, there's so many resources for doing taxes and things like that on my own. And
yes.
They give you the idea that QuickBooks, Danny DeVito has that ad. Why are you doing this? Let the QuickBooks do it. Why a CPA? Why should I use a CPA?
The background, the education is a lot of it because, as you said, anybody can do a tax return. But I have seen what happens on the other side, and I've seen I see a lot of things. But it's good that that they know the laws. And I'm not going to say I know everything because I have to do my research too, because that tax code is not easy. There's a lot in there, and it's really just making sure you're comfortable with that person that you're going to hire. You're going to get somebody. We don't know if everything's changed, and you're trusting a program to do it for you, or you're trusting that person. Well, does that person really know what they're doing?
Okay, so let's say I've decided I need a CPA. I actually have to ask one off the subject. What is the biggest mistake you see people make when they do their own taxes? What's the biggest mistake?
Depending on which deduction. So if it's a business, I see a lot where payroll mistakes are in. If it's individuals, it's a lot of times where their deductions are claiming that they should not be claiming.
Both things can get you really jammed up, though, can't they?
Yes. Because one mistake on that tax return, one check box that you checked and didn't check, or vice versa,
cause you fines and all sorts of other things.
Yes.
Hopefully they understand that. Hopefully you don't have a pattern of it. They don't think you committed fraud, but you can get jammed up, even causing yourself an audit and all of that. So let me say that I've decided to have a CPA. Uh-huh. How do I pick one? I mean, what am I looking for?
Well, you got, like I said, you have to be comfortable. So I understand when people want to go in and they meet different. They just go to a different. Make an appointment with each one if they allow that. If they don't, some of them may charge you for them. Some may give you free consultations, and ask the questions that you want to ask, and make sure you're comfortable with that person. And that's why I always like to go through my background, so that they know. Yeah, I've been doing this for the accounting background I've had since I was 18, and then I've been doing it and fell in love with it because accounting to me is like solving a puzzle sometimes, and then knowing the law. Because again, that thing changes all the time. So I've seen too many things, and so when you come and meet me or meet that person, be comfortable with them and know that you're going to be happy.
I kind of like that idea. That you have to know that you're going to gel personally with a professional. It's kind of like picking a lawyer, I guess, or a doctor, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't want some guy that's grating on you. You want a guy you can work with.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. We talked about how really taxes tend to fall into two different realms, even though they're somewhat intertwined, especially for most of us that are small business people. What What's the most important thing for me to know when I'm doing my taxes? I mean, if you talked about mistakes, but if I'm going to prepare, let's say I say, okay, I'm going to hire Denise. I'm getting ready. I'm going to talk to you. We're going to get started in January. What's the most important thing for me to do to prepare?
All right. So first of all, did you have any major changes this year? So did you get married? Did you have a baby? Did you change jobs? Unfortunately, life happens. Did you have to take from your retirement account? Hopefully
Does
not.
moving count as one of buying a house, or moving count as one of those major changes?
Yes and no, because a lot of those deductions are no longer. So
simplification of the tax code and all that.
Anything could have changed. And did you take enough federal out? If you, like, say, for example, you took out of your retirement, so there's that 10% penalty. Did you cover for that? Did you cover for the fact that maybe you were at this tax bracket and now that retirement deduction you took, or the money you took out, is now increased you to the next tax bracket? And then you end up owing. Wow. Yeah, see, that's a lot. People don't realize that. Yeah. So you could be at the 12% and you skipped over to the next percent, or you could be, that changes. I know as far every little thing could change.
As a realtor, I'm always telling people one of my standard, when I'm going through a contract or a listing agreement, one of the standard things I go with people is I make them look me in the eye and repeat after me, Joe, you are not an accountant. Joe, you are not a lawyer. And it's because that buying the house can change. I mean, if you sell a house short sale, the amount that the bank forgives you can count as income and put you in a higher tax bracket. You have to know that when you go into it. You don't want to find that out at the closing table.
Exactly. Yeah. So like you said, you're selling that house, if it's going to be, sometimes, unfortunately, cancellation of debt, you have to declare that as income.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's so many different things. And then, like I said, is it simple just to do your taxes yourself? Well, maybe. But do you want to take that risk? Because the IRS doesn't always find out until, they don't start looking at comparing what was reported to them to your tax return until 2-3 years later. And
they don't give you a mulligan. There is no do-over with the IRS.
You sign that return, you're responsible. It's in there.
Well, let me ask you this. So we're doing the personal taxes, and there have been a lot of deduction changes, a lot of simplification. You have the standard deduction, which has increased. They're talking about redoing the taxes. Is any of that going to affect me for next year?
Right now, the tax law is in effect until 2026. So I don't, what's going to change at that point, we're going to find out as it goes. And what happens is, each major election, we'll find out more. But so like right now, the standard deduction, it was 24 for 18. Now it's going to be 24.6. I think I remember 24,300. So yes, it's harder to itemize. So can you take your mortgage interest? Can you take your charitable donations? Can you do all that? Well, that all depends. And then, there's ways that you can say, maybe I'm not going to contribute this year. Don't do that to organizations.
So some of that is going to depend then on how much I make. And I mean, like if I make $200,000 a year, that standard deduction or some of those charity things have to be a certain amount, right? I mean, can I still make deductions if I give huge amounts?
You can always make charitable. You should always make charitable donations, regardless if they're taxable or not.
Right.
Because you may not get that deduction because your standard deduction, it's either the higher of the standard deduction or the itemizations. So if you itemize and your itemizations come to $26,000 and your standard for married couples is $24,000, for singles $12,000, whichever's higher. And sometimes people, there's their standard deductions now, even if they contribute. Do
you try to figure out that difference when you're doing taxes for people? Do you sit there and try to figure out what their deductions would be as they itemized as opposed to what the standard would be?
Oh, I always look. I try to get as much deductions for you if I possibly can. Because I don't work for the IRS, I work for you.
Right.
But I stay within the law.
Right.
I don't do anything I shouldn't.
But there
do
are some
either.
people that don't. I mean, I know that I made the mistake a couple of times of going to those tax services in the mall, the Quick, and really paying for it, where I didn't need to because I didn't end up with deductions I should have taken.
Or they missed something.
Yeah, because those guys are not CPAs. They could not have a high school diploma and they just went through the H&R Block tax class, and they're being paid to sit there, and they don't really have a background, most of them.
Probably not. Without knowing, I can't really say. But Yeah, and that's again where you want to be making sure you go to somebody that you're trusting and because you don't know. And again, you're the one signing that tax return. You're responsible. It doesn't matter who prepared it. The burden of proof is on you.
Now, you said that must be terribly important. You've said that 3 times now. When I sign that, I'm responsible. On that note, we're going to go hear from our sponsors, okay? And when we come back, Denise and I are going to actually talk about how we can prepare our taxes, and what the important thing is if we have a small business. Look, even if you don't have a small business, don't go away, because you might decide to open one, and you're going to need some of this information. So we'll be right back, and when we get back, we'll get started. Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors.
50 West, now pre-leasing 28,900 square feet of commercial, professional office space in Claremont. Conveniently located on Highway 50, less than 2 miles from the Turnpike. A first of its kind in the Southeast, this pristine building creates the perfect blend of nature and modern design. If you seek a high-level image that matches your business, reserve your space today. 50 West, unique, quality, Class A. For more information on leasing, contact Ashley Punn at 407-403-4165, Karen Arlano at 407-948-0767, or visit lease@50west.com.
Burgerum, located in the Epic Theater Shopping Plaza on Highway 27, is the premier destination for gourmet burgers. Using only the freshest ingredients, Burgerum offers a variety of burgers, salads, wings, and a whole lot more. Beef, chicken, lamb, fish, and even veggie. Burgerum has something for everyone, no matter your dietary preference. Burgerum, millions of possibilities, endless combinations.
Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors. Welcome back, and we are joined by Denise Calderon, certified public accountant. I don't even know what that is. Certified public accountant. It's too cold. My mouth isn't working right. She is talking to us about taxes. This is Tax Talk. And talking to us about preparing for tax time starting in January. We just finished talking about personal taxes. Now, you said during the break that there was something we'd like to talk about that we want to make sure we get in, talking about the retirement for personal taxes.
Yes, because a lot of times people don't realize when it's time to retire, Social Security is not taxable, but it can be. It all depends on your income level. So people don't realize that up to 85% of your Social Security will be taxable if you have a certain amount of income. So when you start taking your required minimum distribution, your RMD, or whatever money that you're starting to take in from all that money that you saved up, be prepared that some of that money that you've got for Social Security could be taxable. And that's important because I find a lot of people don't realize that.
So I'm assuming you're talking about when people start taking out of pensions or retirement plans, not Social Security. The Social Security can become taxable once they start taking that out if they're not careful about
Correct.
the
That's
level.
what I'm trying to explain, yes.
Again, another reason you maybe need to talk to a CPA
Correct.
is to understand that, particularly before you make any big personal financial decision like starting the pension, setting your retirement for distribution, as opposed to, even if you're going to change your donations, I would imagine you'd want to, for what I'm contributing, I would imagine I'd want to talk to my CPA before I change what I'm contributing to see how it affects my taxes.
Pretty much, yes, because a lot, like I said, everything you do, like I said, your life changes could change whatever you're putting into federal or change your tax return completely. And you want to be prepared, because the worst thing when you go to file a tax return and say, sorry, you owe $3,000. Why? Well, because of this, this, and this.
You talked about big changes in the life. Does divorce affect that?
It will change a few things, but yeah, if you were used to that $24,000 marriage, standard deduction, now you're getting the $12,000, but then of course, who has the kids? And
so it's always advisable to talk
too.
To the CPA. Do you work?
Sometimes.
Since we're talking about that, you and I talked briefly about what about other professionals? Do you tend to want to work in partnership with lawyers and bookkeepers, and do you ever recommend those people if you need to?
Absolutely, yeah. Financial advisors. Always too, especially at the retirements. And yes, for me in business, corporate lawyers are good ones to work with on me. And of course, I do know a few divorce lawyers. Which when you come in my office, sometimes it's like it's the no judgment zone. Yeah. You're in here. You can say what you want. It stays in here.
There's no recording devices.
Somebody once said a CPA is like a therapist. I almost feel that's true, but it's okay. I love what I do, no matter what, and I don't care. So sometimes I spend more time talking personally than I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta get your tax return done.
I'm sure that happens because for a lot of us, money is a pain point.
Yes.
People tend to talk about their life a little more when you're talking about a pain point. You talked about the corporate lawyers. It's a perfect segue into business. We talked about what's most important when we're doing our personal taxes, but I'd ask the same question about business. Mm-hmm. I have a small business, and I don't mean small business like 200 employees. Look, if you get a small business, you get 200 employees, you should probably already have a CPA. But if you don't, call Denise. But a lot of us that might be like my stage, maybe we have 2 or 3 employees, we're just getting started. Mm-hmm. What's the most important thing for us to keep in mind when we're getting ready for tax time?
All right. Well, what type of business is always a good structure? What type of structure you are. Are you taking all the deductions that you should be? Have you been maintaining your receipts like you're supposed to be? Remember I was telling you about how I hate writing a check without an invoice, because it's like I need an invoice, and I save all those things. You must save all those things, because that's your proof.
So the receipt is not necessarily enough. You need the invoice as well.
Well, yeah, like a statement. Do you pay? I get a statement from something that's just a statement. It doesn't have the detail of a receipt has, and that detail, because again, the burden of proof falls on you. So if you said you claim $500 in advertising, well, where's the backup for that advertising? So those receipts. Somebody today said to me, she goes, I like, don't you download your bank statements? Well, they're electronic. Yes, don't you download them, because the bank only keeps them for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, makes sense.
So keep it on your computer, back it up somewhere. So it doesn't take 5 seconds, but to just click on the link, download it, and save it.
And that's true. I've personally gotten bank statements going back 6 years, 7 years, and they don't. Mm-hmm. Those electronic ones, you can, but you've got to go to the bank, you can put in an application, a request, and then they'll send you printed ones from the date, but it takes a long time.
And they charge you a lot of times.
And they charge you for it, and it's not cheap.
Right.
It's not like $2.
So take the time once a month and click, I said I usually do the first of the month, and I take care of it. I download everything I need to download, and I, save it, and then I do whatever I need to do.
Yeah, I have a Dropbox I like to download. Yep. That's a good idea. I've never done that. It's Denise saving me money already, So I wanted to ask, you talked about business structure. Obviously, it's going to be different whether I'm a sole proprietor, I'm an LLC, I'm a partnership, I'm a corporation.
Yeah.
What type of corporation? Mm-hmm. And I see this a lot in real estate.
Yes.
If do I get the tax benefits? Let's say I realize that I made a mistake. I'm a sole proprietor. I don't have really a registered business, because I'm automatically a sole proprietor if I don't have something else legally, right?
Correct.
So let's say I decide to become an LLC. Mm-hmm. Do I get the tax benefits this year? Like if I say, oh, maybe I should have done that in January, I do it now in December. Do I get the tax benefits this year, or is that just from the point forward?
Well, it depends. If you're a sole proprietor, you're going to get the 1099 issued in your Social Security. You're going to get it issued in your LLC that you just set up, because now you have the setup with the state, so you have your limited liability protection, and then you also now have your EIN number, which you're going to give it to your person, the business that's issuing you the 1099. But LLCs goes into a whole new tax world. Is it a single member LLC? Because the way the code treats an LLC is it's technically taxed as a partnership. But if you are one person, you're not a partnership, therefore you're a disregarded entity. So
I guess it comes down to, before I make any of those choices, I don't just talk to a lawyer. A lawyer does a thing. I should probably talk to a CPA about what the best structure for me is.
Yes.
It depends on how much I make and what my situation is, right?
Exactly. It is. And that is the best way, because you do want to know exactly that the LLCs, they're taxed differently than, and then there's a corporation, and there's the S corporations. Even if you're an LLC, you can make that election to be an S corporation. And that's what that is. It's an election, it's a status. And then the S corporation has another rules, because now you are a corp, and you've got to follow certain rules under that.
So all of these things are basically just tax statuses.
Basically, well, the elections are tax exemptions, for nonprofits, because I do work with a lot of nonprofits, as you said and mentioned in my background, that I have that history, and so I do have a few here as well. And that is also a status. You can lose that status. Then you revert back to a corporation
if you don't follow your rules correctly.
Yeah, it's because it's corporate or partnerships. Those are the tax codes for when it comes to businesses. But you get if you're an LLC, it depends, because under code it's a partnership tax.
Fascinating. I'm sure, Denise, you and I could talk about this
all day
for
long.
Hours and hours and hours. You could bring me examples.
We just have to have enough
unfortunately,
coffee, right?
we need. I'm almost out of coffee. We have to stop.
Or tea in my case.
Joe's almost out of coffee. That's the signal that we're running out of time. Look, I want to thank you, Denise.
Oh, thank you, Joe. I appreciate this.
And once more, I just want to express our appreciation. We have your website up. If you could walk us through this for a second, is this the best way to get in touch with you?
That is a good way. My website, and if you don't know anything about me, go to the website, and it has a little bit of background. It has what services I provide. My Facebook as well is my business Facebook has always posting information. I try to keep it informative, because I know that you don't just want to read about tax code, do you?
No.
So my Facebook will have posts about things, anything. So
is that your business page?
Yes, that's my business page.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
That looks like something our friend Jackie Peterson from Splash Social Media.
Yeah, she handles all my social marketing. Yep, I'm probably gonna have her redo my website too, because it is a little old.
So do me a favor. One last thing I'm going to ask you. Look here into this phone, into this camera, and tell people how to get in touch with you.
Well, if you, the best way is to call my office if you want to set up an appointment and speak with Marcia at 407-559-1047, or you may message us on my social media, or worst case, just send an email. Either way is the best way, and my email is cpa-tax@denisecalderon.com.
All right. Once again, thank you, and
Thank you.
I really
Appreciate
appreciate you coming back out and helping us, being so understanding when we had the issue the last time.
No problem.
Again, my heart goes out to all my guests. I mean, you all mean so much to me, that you've been so supportive, especially in these beginning months. I'd love to think there will be that year that I know I'm going to put somebody on. 20,000 people are going to see every episode. But in these early days, the people that came and supported us and really helped, I really, really appreciate it. Great information.
Yeah.
Information people must do. As a matter of fact, we should probably bring you back sometime in the spring. Of course, you'll be in the middle of tax season, so maybe we'll wait till after April 15th.
Definitely. You don't want to see me in April. Unless you want me to do your tax return,
I think we'll have you come back and do some tax talk after April 15th, and we'll talk about what you should have done or how you can prepare for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
And maybe we'll have
the ones that have done extensions.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some new tax changes to talk about by then. Look, I want to say thank you to Denise, and I want to encourage you, if you know somebody that should be a guest on Joe Knows South Lake, you need to reach out to me. I'm sure Jay has the information up. Call, text, private message, email. I answer all of it. Also, if you're not branding your business on South Lake TV, you are missing an opportunity. Don't forget, if you call us in the next 2 days, you can get a special promotional package. You can be on all 3 of the local Christmas parades that we are covering live. Finally, there is greatness inside you. And as Denise is doing, using her greatness to bring out the greatness in others, I dare you to use your greatness to bring out the greatness in others. Show a little bit of Christmas cheer today. You won't be sorry. This has been Joe Carlisle with Joe Knows South Lake. I will see you tomorrow, and I love you. Bye-bye. My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe Knows South Lake. Joe Knows South Lake would like to thank the following sponsors: